All right, guys. The Sons of Liberty is now on YouTube. If you are new to the show, go check out our podcast. And if you recognize me, I'm the host of Common Sense Christianity. Go check out that channel. So today, guys, we're going to start things real simple. We're going to watch portions of this speech by Senator Rand Paul. And we're going to discuss it a bit. And I'm going to share my opinions on it. Leave a comment for if you have any questions, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. Hopefully this all works just fine. If it doesn't, I'll have to redo this video. Sorry guys, my computer is a bit slow, so this might be a bit difficult.
Not all the money in China will save us from ourselves. Our only hope of rescuing this great country is to reopen the economy. If you print up billions of dollars and give it to people, they're unlikely to spend it until you end the quarantine. The good news, though, is that the scientific community finally has facts instead of conjecture. The models that used 3.4% mortality were fortunately very wrong. Random samples now of thousands of people have now been tested for antibodies or immunity to coronavirus. 2 large randomized studies in California show similar results. The number of people who have already developed antibodies to the coronavirus is 25 to 50 times higher than the number that is being reported as infected. This is great news.
So, yeah, it is really great news that this is all it is happening. That our country, the whole pandemic stuff seems to be getting better. So we need to now focus on how are we going to open things up? How are we going to open up the economy to the best of our ability? Now, of course, some places shouldn't open up that quickly, like New York, for example. They need to stay shut down until their coronavirus cases get a lot less prevalent. But here in, let's say I live in Utah, it hasn't been that bad. We have around 3,500 cases, I believe, as of today. So it's not that bad. So we can begin to slowly open up. But see, the media doesn't like this. The media likes to spin it. They were criticizing states like Utah for not having a stay-at-home order, which people are voluntarily staying home here in Utah. There hasn't been a bunch of people ignoring it. And also, we're not as densely populated. There's only one densely populated place, and that's around the Salt Lake Valley where I live. So that's the only place of grave concern. And yet things haven't been that bad. So it is not necessary. But see, they want to ignore this because it plays against their narrative. They overhyped it, and they were wrong once again, like they always are. So as of right now, we need to work in the states that have the least amount of coronavirus cases and begin to reopen. Now, in places like New York and places like what's the other place? Michigan, I believe, or any of the places that are dealing with severe coronavirus cases, they need to stay closed. But let's begin to reopen the economy as slowly as possible. Can I play it through here? Nope. I have to go to the actual tab. Oh, come on, really? There we go.
This study means that the mortality rate may well be 25 to 50 times less deadly than previously thought. The virus is still dangerous, and we shouldn't ignore the risks, but we should put those risks in perspective. These randomized tests indicate that instead of a 3.4% mortality, that the rate could be as much as only 0.1% or 0.2%. We now have solid scientific evidence from randomized studies that we can manage this disease without continuing the draconian lockdown of the economy. The question before us isn't do nothing or print endless amounts of bailout cash. The debate should now include the one choice that will get our economy growing again: reopening American commerce. So today I rise in opposition to spending $500 billion more. The virus bailouts have already cost over $2 trillion. Our Our annual deficit this year will approach $4 trillion. We can't continue on this course. No amount of
Now, I can slightly disagree with some things that the senator is saying, as could anyone. But he makes a great point of the fact that we cannot afford to go down this road anymore. The government spending is out of control. We need to rile it back in and begin to reopen and get our economy going again. But of course, the left doesn't want that because that gives Trump the upper hand with a better economy. But also, just them bickering all the time and blaming for him for everything is probably going to work in President Trump's favor.
Bailout dollars will stimulate an economy that is being strangled by quarantine. It is not a lack of money that plagues us, but a lack of commerce. This economic calamity only resolves when we begin to reopen the economy. Opening the economy will require Americans to rise above partisanship, to understand that deaths from infectious disease will continue, but that we cannot indefinitely quarantine. Make no mistake about it. This has been a difficult month for our country. For many of us, we have not seen a greater challenge. I'm encouraged to see how our communities have responded. In Kentucky, we have seen tremendous collaboration. People from all walks of life have come together to help each other. We have worked to identify and supply additional protective gear, masks, and gloves to protect our doctors and nurses who risk their lives on a daily basis. UPS has set up an airlift operation out of Louisville that includes a healthcare facility for FEMA. This lets FEMA make overnight deliveries from anywhere in the country.
And I think we'll conclude with that because it provides the basic point of that the government needs to stop spending money because throwing money at things doesn't solve anything. We just need to begin to slowly open up the economy in the places where it's necessary. Now, I think they need to add this additional money for the small businesses just to help slow down the unemployment rates and help people get the money that they need. But again, I understand the senator's point. I'm glad that he's well. And thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe and share the channel with everyone you know. We'll try and upload as often as possible. I don't know the exact rate that we'll do it at. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Peace out.